Hello, and welcome to this video on how to change your fog lights for some updated ones with daytime running functions. My stock lights are cloudy and one of them is cracked. The ones I bought from China were only around £35 delivered. I'll post the link below for you. Firstly, pop your bonnet or hood. There are 6 plastic rivets above the grille that need to be removed. You can remove these by placing a flathead screwdriver in the groove and prying out the plastic pin. The rest of the rivet pops straight out. Keep these to one side as you will need to refit them. Remove the grille and put it somewhere safe. There are more plastic rivets that need to be removed. These ones are much harder and I couldn't remove any of them without breaking them. Take a pair of pliers and try snapping them from the front or rear of the rivet. I ordered some new plastic rivets from eBay to replace them. I'll put the link in the description for these rivets. They weren't expensive. You also need to remove 2 plastic rivets on each side of the wheel liner. The ones that hold the liner to the bumper itself. Take a hard pin, like a screwdriver, and hammer out the middles. They can then be removed easily by hand or with a screwdriver. Now remove the 2 bolts on the chrome bumper guard at the front. Again, don't lose these as you'll need to refit them. From underneath the Jeep, you need to pinch these clips and push the bumper away so that they do not clip back in place. Many people end up snapping these, but I didn't snap any. Just be careful and patient. You can access them easily from underneath the car. There is also a clip type fitting on the bottom corner, which is pointed to with a blue arrow. You have to lift it off the clip to undo it. You can see here that the clips are out and the bumper is coming away from the car. That's it. The bumper can now be removed from the vehicle. Disconnect, twist and remove the bulbs from the fog lights. Then undo the 2 Torx screws that hold the fog light in place. Pinch the black clips on the rear of the fog light to release it completely. The fog light can now be removed. If they are in good condition, I suggest selling them. I threw mine away as one was cracked and the condition was poor. Here is the hardest part. Fit the new fog lights into their recesses. You will need to enlarge one of the screw holes in order to make it fit. It is not a directly replacement. Also the screws are a little too small and may not bite, either use bigger ones or fill the holes with hot glue from a glue gun or silicone, and then screw them in. It'll be strong enough to hold and will give the screws something to bite into. As for the wiring, you only need to wire up the DRL rings inside the fog lights. The fog lights themselves just clip into the standard connector on the Jeep Commander. I linked both fog lights together, and then had an offshoot which served and the positive and negative for both lights. I then routed some speaker cable, which makes a great general purpose cable, to the fuse box and to the bottom of the car. The ground I bolted to a metal part of the chassis. The positive, I wired into a spare connection socket in the fuse box using a blade connector. I should really have used a fuse connector, but this works and the current is very low anyway. After that, connect the new lead you've just wired up to the bumper DRLs. Then place the bumper back on the vehicle. Before fitting pins and so on, make sure the DRLs and fog lights work. Once you've confirmed that they do, you can push the side pins back into place. Also fit the 2 screws back into the bottom of the bumper on the chrome plate. Use plastic rivets to rivet the bumper back onto the car. There are 2 on each wheel arch that hold the liner in place, and 4 on the front. You are meant to use a plastic rivet gun, but there's no need. You can place an open-ended spanner on the rivet face, and then use pliers to pull and twist the middle pin out. It works fine. Don't ask why I'm using plastic scissors. Lastly, replace the grille and use the old plastic pins to reconnect it. If you've lost any, you can use the same plastic pins that were also in the video. It'll do the job just fine. That's it, you're all done. Give your fog lights a full function test and then marvel at your work. They look great at night and can be just seen in the day. Thanks for watching. I hope you're pleased with your new fog lights.